Hi and welcome back. Another review from us. This time we're going to be talking about water filtration. We do wild camp pretty much all of the time. Sometimes we're not near a shop. Today we are about an hour or so from the nearest shop. We've run out of drinking water, which normally would mean that we'd be packing up camp and we'd be heading off to find a shop purely to buy some water. We do carry lots of dried foods and tinned food, so that we can wild camp maybe for up to 2 weeks. But once we run out of drinking water, normally that would be 2-3 days, we'd be heading to the nearest shop. So what we do now, and we have been for the last 4 months, when we need to, we will filter the local water. Obviously, seawater through a filter like this would be, you can't drink it. It does need to be fresh water or sweet water, as it's called in Europe. So we're parked maybe a good few hundred meters down there on the beach. Harry and I have walked up here. We've collected some water from the river here. It's clean. It's not the cleanest river that we've collected water from in the past, but it's not a problem because this filter will clean that water. This is a 2-part system. So in here we have a ceramic filter for taking out the bacteria, etc., which means that the water is fine to drink. We've had no upset stomachs or anything like that since we've been using this. But also we do have in here the activated carbon system that takes out the nasty taste, and also it can remove any metals that are in the water. So it comes in a very nice bag, which is breathable, so when you pack it away, if it's a bit wet still, that's no issue. It will dry in storage. The basic system is a pump. The dirty water will go in through there and the clean water will come out of there. So I'll show you very briefly inside. So that is the ceramic part. If that becomes blocked, the good thing is that it comes with a Scotch-Brite pad, that kind of thing. You hold it in the water, you give it a thorough clean, all the dirt comes off, it unclogs it, and you're good to go. So that's really the business part of the filter, the most important part, because children are sometimes quite reluctant to drink water. All they seem to want is orange squash and fruit juice and all the nice things. So, if the water does taste a bit rubbery or a bit manky, even though it's perfectly clean, as I did mention, to get them to drink that is pretty much impossible. For Gemma and I, if we're having a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, we're diluting it with some fruit juice or something, then it tastes absolutely fine. However, as I said, we all like to drink nice tasting water, and that is the charcoal filter in there. It has some activated carbon. That has been in there for the last 4 months. The water is still tasting very nice, but as mentioned, we don't use it all the time. It is when we need to. If there's a shop that sells water nearby, we'll take that. It's a lot easier, a lot more straightforward. So this is the side where we keep the filter and we keep the hose and the scouring pad. This is the dirty side, I would say. You don't want to be mixing up your clean product, your clean side of the filter and your dirty side, because you can't obviously get cross-contamination. So this is the end that goes into the water. That can go straight into the river. It has a pre-filter there, and inside here is a very fine mesh filter. This is a float, so that you can see like that. It will keep it buoyant in the water, and this will sit somewhere between the bottom and the surface, so you're taking the cleanest water straight away. That attaches onto there, like so, very easy, and then that will go into the river. See, if you're backpacking, that's, just taking the water straight from the river is probably the way to do it. However, because we're in a camper van and we can carry a plastic container or two, like this one. Okay, we've been down to the river. We've already filled this. The best thing about doing that is that you'll find that you could, if it's very cloudy or it looks like it's quite a bit dirty, you can just leave it for a few hours for it to settle out. This water's very, very clean already, so we don't need to leave this to settle. But normally, obviously, you get bits floating on top, you'll get bits that sink to the bottom, so it's best to wait for that to happen before you start sticking it through your filter, because obviously the dirtier the water, the quicker you're going to block it, the more cleaning you have to do. It's a bit of a pain. So that's the filter. We bought the Combi Plus kit. The Combi Plus kit is really for a motorhome or a boat, with additional items, so you can actually connect it into your water system, and you can have fresh water on demand from from pumped water, from your water tanks. The thing is that we have a very basic submersible pump. We're not running a pressurized system, so for us this doesn't work. You would need to, I would imagine, choose something like a shore flow or that type of system where the system is pressurized and it will push the water through the filter. We have it. We didn't realise it wouldn't work. I did have an idea that it may not work, but we're not disappointed with the filter itself, so that's not a problem. You do get, as I said, activated carbon with it. You get 2 packets. 2 packets are enough for probably 2.5 fills, something like that. So after using 4 packets of this, you've got another, another fill for free of charge. They don't scrimp on what they give you. You do get extra connections. This comes with the Combi Plus. You don't get that with the basic filter. These have been quite useful. If we want to connect, go up to, if we find a tap or something, and we want to fill our water tank on the van, and our hose pipe won't go over the end of it, we can use this, and we can kind of normally work something out, so we haven't got to stand there collecting it and pouring it into the tank. So the basic system comes with O-ring glue, it comes with spare O-rings, and it comes with an adapter. This adapter, there's another O-ring, the larger O-ring there. This adapter is probably for more like the large polycarbonate bottles that you see a lot of hill walkers that are using. We have no use for this because normally we're filling up bottles we've used. This is an old wine bottle. It's very nice, and very cheap, but less of that, more about water. So that would be great. Also, on the bottom of the filter, it does have a threaded adapter. That is again for screwing onto plastic bottles. We find that if we do manage to find a plastic bottle where we can screw that onto, it's not always the easiest way to do it, especially if Harry or Max are doing it, because you'd have to screw it on and you really have to hold it up, because if you put it down like that, with the force of pumping it, sometimes the bottle will collapse. So what we do is we take the additional parts from the Combi Plus system, which is just purely a piece of hose, which obviously if you don't want the whole system, you can just go off and buy a piece of this tubing, and that just goes straight onto the bottom like so. Harry, would you mind coming and assisting me, please? If you could unscrew it, if you want to sit down, if you can unscrew the lid for me. So we're going to put the whole thing just straight into here. There you go. So as with all of these pump systems, obviously you use it, there's always a bit of water trapped inside, so it is recommended before you start to put the water into your drinking container, that you just literally pump some through. They say a couple of 100 ml, something like that. There you go, you can hear it coming through now. So there's a little bit of air to start with sometimes, and there it goes. So we'll get rid of some of that, so everything's nice and clean. Obviously if the water was sitting this side of the charcoal filter, that water would taste good anyway. But it's not. Right, that's probably enough. Harry, if you wouldn't mind just assisting me. So this bottle here is 1.5 litres. I have used other pumps. We met a Spanish couple and he was demonstrating his filter system. It was a bit quicker, but it felt too easy to pump through, and in my mind, I like it. It feels good with a little bit of resistance because it feels like you're actually filtering it. That one didn't feel like it was actually filtering it. It felt like it was just running straight through. Whether or not it was. I don't know. We haven't seen them for a while. Well, we haven't seen them since. I'm sure they're still alive. So there we go. So we're filling that up now. That's about, to fill a litre and a half, I would say that's about, I don't know, a minute and a half. So it's a pretty good flow rate. What you will notice is as this bottle does fill up, it will look a little bit cloudy. It's not. It's purely that it's been pressurized. It's been forced in. It's causing a lot of very, very, very small bubbles. If any of you ever been to the Vatican, just outside there was a fountain, a drinking fountain. And when you first take it out in your drinking bottle or container, you look at it and you think, oh, I can't drink that. And then as you watch it, the cloudiness completely goes, and it is absolutely delicious. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay, right, so there we go, litre and a half. Didn't time it, but it was about a minute and a half. Harry, can you hold it up? Let's have a look. How's it looking? See, there's all the very small bubbles. Let's grab that. You can see there. As I said, they're going to clear very quickly. Harry is our taste tester today. So Harry, if you wouldn't mind just having a little sip, tell us what you think. You must be honest. That's, you know, the whole thing with these videos is that we are going to be honest. If we're not happy with something, we'll say we're not happy with something. What we have found over the years is that it's okay, drinkable, tastes nice.
It tastes like normal.
Tastes like normal bottled water.
It doesn't taste like plastic.
So if we went to the shop and we bought a bottle of fresh water, mineral water or whatever it is, would you say it tastes like that? Or would you say it just tastes a bit like tap water in the UK? There's no taste of chlorine in that, so it's certainly not from the UK. So with all of our reviews, they're going to be honest reviews. If we buy something or we're gifted something and we're not happy with a certain aspect of something, or we don't like it completely, we're going to say. Over the years, we've tried and tested with our own money for camping, various chairs, bits and pieces, and it's been expensive because we'd buy something based on someone else's review, we'd get it and we go, well, actually, it's not as good as that. We're not happy with it, but that's our money spent. We've been through probably 4, maybe 5 different styles of camping chairs. We've now got a set that we're very, very happy with, and we will be reviewing those soon. So stay tuned for that. As Harry has said, the water tastes good. I've tasted it. I'm happy with that. It doesn't need to be diluted with anything to get rid of any manky flavour. It's good to go. So going back to the Combi Plus kit, unless you've got a pressurised system in your motorhome, boat, etc., I wouldn't. It doesn't work on a basic submersible pump. No fault with the product, I can completely understand, because it does take a little bit of effort to get it through the filtration system. But as I said, in my eyes, I think that's a good thing. It feels like we're actually cleaning the water. So that's the end of the review for this product. As mentioned, we're very happy with it. If you have any comments or questions, please do leave a comment below. You can also contact us through Facebook. Our Facebook page is resfiba.co.uk. If you'd like to contact me directly, it's tom@resfiba.co.uk. That's about it. So we'll hope to see you guys soon. Don't forget, if you like our videos, please subscribe, tell your friends. We want to build a community of like-minded people. So yeah, see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.